Welcome to Edit with Luxe. In this recipe walkthrough, we're going to take a slower, more intentional look at how to build a deeply rich, cinematic edit using the new Quick Fix 2026 system. We're working with this stunning raw file captured by Shelby Robinson. Now, before we approach our stylistic edit, we have to establish our foundation. Whether you are editing a single image or a set, the gold standard of a pro workflow remains the same. You must ensure your global exposure and white balance are correct first. You can do this manually, use prep tools, or other presets. For this image, I'm going to bump our global exposure up by about 1/3 of a stop, shift our temp just a fraction warmer, and add a global saturation boost of 16. This sets a subtle baseline for our edit and counters some of the gloomy desaturation of this sunless scene. With that, we're ready to jump into our Quick Fix 2026 workflow. We'll start in our prep tools by applying the Raw Adaptive Midday Equalizer AI profile. What this profile does behind the scenes is crucial. Instead of just pulling down your global highlights slider, lifting shadows, or toying with whites, which can muddy up your midtones, this custom raw structure instantly balances tone under the hood. Reinterpreting the raw data through a blend of AI adaptive science and our expert color grading, the profile preserves the delicate highlights in the white dress and uncovers the deep shadow detail hidden in the river rocks and dense forest, giving us a perfectly balanced, information-rich canvas to build our creative style upon. Now for the creative core of the edit. We are going to apply the Filmic Ektar Vista recipe preset. Watch what happens to the image in just a single click. This exemplifies the new Quick Fix 2026 approach, what we call harmonized realism. A traditional global preset treats your subject's skin exactly the same way it treats a background tree trunk, which often leads to unnatural skin tones or clipping. Quick Fix 2026 handles them independently. Behind the scenes, it has simultaneously lifted the dynamic color vibrance and sharpened the contrast of the scene. It automatically separated the sky to push a cool shade, isolated the vegetation to enrichen the surrounding greens, and enhance the texture of the rock beneath her feet. Most importantly, it completely protected the subject. It lifted shadows, revealing fine subject details, gave her hair depth and dimension, and added a soft radiance lift to her skin. Designed to respect the unique attributes of each specific zone, this recipe applies a look that feels incredibly cohesive, Ektar-rich, and above all, deeply authentic. As an optional finishing touch to bring this entire image into harmony, we're going to navigate to our toolkit and select the Subject Whole Highlights Rescued tool, dialing it in right around 51%. Let's toggle that transition. We went from a flat, overcast raw file to an incredibly rich, film-inspired piece of storytelling. We didn't replace the reality of the photo. We just used modern AI architecture to reclaim the hours spent painting or dialing in masks, allowing us to focus entirely on the artistry of the edit. Be sure to download your PDF recipe guide included with the collection to preview all the tools, peek behind the curtain of each of our recipes, and edit along with the exact formulas we used on each of our example edits, so you see exactly how to layer the prep, recipe, and toolkit presets for your own galleries. We hope you love this collection as much as we do. See you on our next Edit with Luxe.